Hello and welcome. I'm Rob, and I want to thank you for taking the time to join us today. In just a moment, we're going to dive into OnCue, but before we jump in, I want to set the stage and clarify exactly what we'll be covering. This session is not a step-by-step training. Instead, this is a high-level demonstration designed to show you exactly what OnCue can do. Our goal today is to give you a clear picture of the platform in action. We want to show you how its core features work together to streamline your process, save you time, and make your day-to-day workflow much easier. We'll be walking through the main interface and highlighting the key tools that our users love the most. As we go through the demonstration, it's completely normal to have questions pop up. If you find yourself wondering how a specific feature works, just hang tight. Stick around until the very end of the video. Once the demo wraps up, we're going to go over the most important and frequently asked questions that we get from people seeing OnCue for the first time. So sit back, relax, and let's take a look at what OnCue can do for you. Now let's get started. Creating a case is super easy in OnCue. What we're going to do is hit the new button. Then you're going to decide where you want to put that case. I like to put the case on my C drive, to be honest with you. I just like to keep it local. We do not work in the cloud. We are not a cloud-based system, and therefore we don't tend to work very well on Google Drive, Dropbox, Box.com, things of that nature. However, you can work on a NAS drive or an external drive or even local on your network server inside your office. To remedy all of that, I just like to build at the C. We're going to call this OnCue Demo, and it is 2026, and that is the name that we're going to give to this case. Once we create that case, what's going to happen is if we go up here and we look, we can see we're in OnCue Demo 2026. And if we hold down our control key and click this directory path, all of these folders are here for you inside of the OnCue Demo 2026 folder. These are created for you because that's where OnCue needs things to go. Now, adding your documents and files and things like that into OnCue is super easy. All you have to do is simply drag and drop what you want to. Drag and drop any folder or files directly into the media bar. Once you add those into the media bar, you're able to go in and change your IDs and your names, things of that nature. Click continue. And then all of those documents are added to the OnCue database for you. As you can see in our background tasks, we can add that media in. Once it adds that media into OnCue, it's actually going to move those files into the back end. So you no longer have to worry about where you added them from, because OnCue is going to point to the right direction for these files once they're added in. So as you can see, we now have all of our documents in. Putting documents up, super easy. Once you get it into the viewer window, you then get to display this document where you want to by looking at your display section here. You can see where you can add these documents. Once they're in the viewer, you can then push them by choosing what display you want to go to and simply push the publish button. Once you press the publish button, that document will be up on the screen for you, and you can begin to use all of your tools while using the hotkeys. For instance, I'm using the C for call out, and I'm using the H for highlight. Once you do that, simple and easy to do for you right in OnCue. You can save documents, very easy. We can do highlights, for instance, on this document, just like this. We can highlight a few things here. And then it's very simple to go in and save these just by clicking the Save Annotations button. And now what you would have is your clean version of the document through D1.1 here. You can see, and then you would have the one that you saved. If you want to save highlights as well, you can do that. If you want to save callouts, just do a simple call out, click the save button. And as you can see here, you'd now have one that has no highlights, this one with highlights, and then one that has the call out. Very easy to do that. If you want to split screen documents, simple to do. Simply push your / key over in the right side, choose what other document you'd like to have in there, and then simply hit the publish button. Once you hit publish, whatever's in the viewer window is what's going to come up for you here. If you want to make one of these documents full screen, simply go in, double click it. That will make that document full screen for you. Very simple concept when it comes to documents. You can also create notebooks. If we create a new notebook here, we'll call this demo. Then inside that demo notebook, all we have to do is click this button here, open up our demo notebook, and we can begin to add things simply to our notebook just by dragging and dropping things into that notebook. Once you add everything into your notebook, you can then begin to present from this notebook. As you can see here, we're just kind of moving things in. Once we drag those in there, we'll be able to then present from there. So we simply go to our notebook, we come over to our viewer window, and we start our presentation. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There you can see it. Just click through those, and you can present those by publishing whatever is inside of your viewer window. You can also right-click and save your notebooks. You can print your notebooks. You can export your notebooks to other members of your trial team. Simple, quick, and easy to do. You can change your icon color of a notebook. If you have a certain notebook that you want to keep a certain color, you can absolutely do that. The other thing you can do is print the contents of your notebook, and it's inside of here that you're going to be able to use your labels that you can use. So you can add Bates numbers. You can add your names to the bottom of documents. You can choose where you want these documents to show the information that you're choosing from your labels section. Very easy to work in notebooks, easy to export, and definitely easy to import. Another thing we have is our exhibit list. You can go to export, choose export exhibit list, and you can see here when you include all of these things and click begin export, this will make an exhibit list for you. That exhibit list will then come up in your reports or exports folder. And then inside of the exhibit list, you would now have what is inside of your case, including your documents and annotations. If you have video in your case, those will also come up for you as well. Several things that you can do here. You can save images. You can right click and say, I want to save this image. So you can choose save image as. You can put this image wherever you want, and it will save as a PNG file for quick recall later, or the fact that you can use it in PowerPoint or things like that. All of our tools are accessible up here on our toolbar. Our toolbar is completely customizable, where you can add and take away buttons that you may or may not use. You can also change your toolbar size by going to largest and smallest. Very simple, easy to do, getting through there. So getting a document into the viewer window is what you want to learn to do. You don't have to call up just by clicking on the PDF documents here. You can simply come in and type in your ID. So you can say XD4, that will put D4 on the screen. You can change pages simply by typing in a page number. I want to go to page 430. I'm going to type in 430, press enter, and that brings me to page 430. If I want to go to Defendant's Exhibit 1, I would simply push XD1, and that would take me over to Defendant's Exhibit D1. Or if you want to go directly to a page, you can say X Defendant's Exhibit 3, push your period or your dot, and choose your page number, 234. Defendant's Exhibit 3, page 234, press enter, and boom. Now we have Defendant's Exhibit, page 234. Simple to get to, and then all we have to do is publish it. Anything that you do from here, once it's in your viewer window, notice it will tell you at the very bottom there in the tooltip, it says present D3 234 from the Documents tab in the media bar. So if I wanted to present that, I absolutely could by clicking on Publish. One of our newest tools in OnCue is the ability to add and remove exhibit stickers. Let me show you how easy this is to do them in bulk. You can do them one at a time or in bulk. We're going to right-click, go down to Add or Edit Exhibit Stickers, and now you get our sticker window. This is where you have several customized sticker templates that you can use, anything that you build, and then ones that we've created for you. You can see there are many, many options here for you to be able to do this. But the simple option, drag and drop. Once you drag and drop that sticker here, we'll go to our beginning of our next page. We'll put this one here. We'll go to our next one. Just make sure we're not covering things up. We'll go to our next one, and we'll put that one right here. Then all we have to do is click Save Changes. What will happen is stickers will be added to the first page of each one of these documents, and there will be a non-destructive backup copy of your original document saved. So as you can see, when we click on D1, we have our exhibit. It is burned in and flattened, but in the back end, we have an updated version of this document that you have the ability to take the sticker off of. As you can see, there's still stickers being applied to D4. So if you wanted to take off the D1 sticker, it's very simple. Just right click, add, edit exhibit stickers. You're now pulling up one because it's all you have selected. You can go right here and choose to delete exhibit stickers. When you do that, this will remove the sticker, tell it yes, continue. What will happen then is it will divert it back to the original document that you had without the sticker. So simple, easy. Notice that's the theme, simple and easy and completely non-destructive. One of the things we've added, besides the ability to create designations in OnCue and manipulate video in any way that you want to, is our ability to now sync and edit transcripts. We can go into our sync and edit transcripts area, and we have released ProSync. We have both versions available for you, the manual sync or the ProSync. If you're a user of Synchron, if you're a user of Timecoder, you understand what we're doing with ProSync. We're syncing down to almost the word level, very accurate sync that we use here at ProSync. Let me show you how this works. It's very simple. The first thing you're going to do is choose a transcript. We're going to hit import transcripts. I'm going to go into my document, my desktop folder here. And inside of my desktop, I have in a place called files, an area called needs sync. So I'm going to add this transcript in. Notice this is of Shirley Bearden. We're going to click OK. And then after we've added that transcript in, you can tell that by the italics in gray that this has not been synced. It has no time codes with it. What we're going to do now is put our media in that is associated to this, which is automatically going to move to our synced videos folder. We'll go in here and double click right here on this Shirley Bearden. This is the one we're going to add. And it's at this point that we can go in and we can begin our ProSync. Now, ProSync works very simple. If you have credits on your account, which you get one free deposition every month, regardless of the length of the deposition, you get one free deposition per month when you have a team or a pro license. If you're on the month-to-month plan, it does not come with that. You can use your credits here. If you want to see pricing to buy credits, you can buy those credits there on the right. You can see the ProSync credits go from 1 to 49. They're $10 each, and that is per video hour. So 1 credit equals a video hour. You can also do a pay-as-you-go on demand. Just build for the exact deposition that you want. Both of these simple and easy to do. As you can see here, this one would take 0.45 hours. And according to pricing, that would probably charge me right at around $3 to $4 to go ahead and sync this. All you then do is click the Enable Sync button. Once you click Enable Sync, you simply go through and it will begin to sync your deposition for you. And that's how ProSync works. One of the things you need to remember when using the ProSync tool is that ProSync is on your machine. We do sync on premises. We're not sending anything out to the cloud to be synced. We're not stripping off an audio layer. We are using the same files on your machine to do the sync. The software for syncing is baked into OnCue. Therefore, it's going to work directly. However, please remember that when you're syncing, you're going to slow your system down. If you're looking for a down and dirty quick sync and you need it done in 3 to 5 minutes, I would suggest you use Synchron Voice and Video. That's synchronvideo.com. If you want something dead level accurate and maybe it's going to take a little time and be local on your machine, you would definitely want to go with ProSync. Once you have your transcripts in and you're ready to go and you want to do some designations, it's very, very easy to do that. You can click on the designation wizard, and right here, the thing you have to remember is that all designations must be in a list. So we're going to create a new list. We're going to call this deposition list DL1. It's for designation list 1. And the name we're going to give it is Holbert Demo. And what that's going to do for us is create a designation list for us called Holbert Demo, DL1 Holbert Demo. Then we're going to choose which transcript we're going to do right here, Michelle Holbert, and we're going to give these R designations so they belong to the plaintiff and or the defendant, whichever is you. Then all we have to do is either cut and paste from a Word document or an email, any kind of text document, or we can come in here and type our designations in. Very simple. Watch this. We're going to say page 13, line 4 to 5. We're going to hit enter, and that's going to create page 13, line 4 to 5. What if you type page 13, line 4 to 5, excuse me. What if you type page 14, line number 16 to page 15, line number 1. Take a look at that. That made the designation for you. Notice anything you type in here, it's going to understand as long as you have the beginning page and line number. We're going to click Save Designations, go to our designation list and take a look. Both designations are right there. You simply click on Create and Edit Designations. And now this is where you go to tune those designations to make sure that the starts and stops work properly. Presenting them, once again, super easy. All you do, click on your designation list, right click and say Publish.
Have been responsible for also,
Okay.
like reading all of the evaluations and stuff like that.
You really pin it in the EMS side.
So as you can see, very easy to go in and be able to do that. Some of our tools we have are the ability to optimize your database. This is the former, in a Microsoft Access database, you would do a compact and repair. For an SQL database, you do the optimize. All that does is optimize and takes all the stragglers out of the software so that you don't have to worry about whether or not your database is running smoothly. If you have video that doesn't run, we have a wonderful option here where you can go down and optimize your video. This goes through and does an encoding for you to convert to a compatible encoding. You can scale it. You can go the original size. It's completely up to you. You can also export your video. When you go to your designations here, you can right click and export your designations. When you export your designations, I want to show you something really cool about this. We're going to export video, and notice you can include the embedded text. You can also go up and choose what codec you want to use to export. Let's go ahead and click the begin export button, and you can see here what it will do is it will take these two particular designations and put them together as one video for you to be able to review that you could give to your attorney to look at on their machine. But what's more is not only do you get the video in your exports folder, you also are able to see when we double click this, that this video actually runs with the text underneath it.
Like reading all of the evaluations and stuff like that.
You're a lieutenant in the EMS side, correct?
So as you can see there, you can export that, give that to anybody you want, and it has the text following underneath it. Lastly, I want to tell you about linking documents to video. If you want to link your docs to video to come up during your deposition, it's very easy to do. You're simply going to go into the link docs to video window area. Then all you're going to do is choose right here your particular designation that you want to link something to, and then simply go in, grab your document, drag and drop it where you want it to come up. Then simply move down to where you want the document to clear or come down. Right click and choose clear link document. And you can see very easily on the transcript where things are going to come up and where things are going to clear. As we told you, this is not a training. This is just a demo. Shows you kind of the overview, the 25,000-foot view of what OnCue can do. If you have further questions, I'm going to get to the top 5 in just a moment. But if you have further questions, go ahead and email support@oncuetech.com. Saturday, Sunday, nights, evenings, doesn't matter. Give us an email. We'll get you an answer. Let's talk about the top 5 questions that people normally ask during these demos. Let's get to number 1. Can you use OnCue on your network? Absolutely. If you have a network drive somewhere that may be your S drive that everyone in the office is connected to, put the OnCue database and the OnCue folders, put that stuff inside of the network drive, and then simply open the case from the network. But remember, when you go to court, you're going to need to move that folder down locally. Number 2, how does licensing work? It's very simple. If you buy one license of OnCue, you can run that license of OnCue on 2 machines. 2 activations per license. So if 10 people need to use OnCue, you need 5 licenses. They're not assigned to the people, they're assigned to the device. So if you have 10 devices, you need 5 licenses. What kind of PC do I need to use? Just get something snappy. Do not cheat yourself by getting a low processor speed, low RAM, or a lower graphics card. You want to have those 3 things solid. Everything else is academic. The next question is, do you work on a Mac? We do, but we don't. And the easy answer for that is if you're running Parallels or VMware Fusion or some kind of Windows emulator on your Mac, absolutely, it will work 100%. However, we do not have a native Mac version at this time. Do you work in the cloud? Well, no. You can absolutely save your cases up to your cloud services, for instance, Google Drive, Dropbox, Box.com, those types of things, but you don't want to work off there. Plus, OnCue does nothing in the cloud. All we do is just check your license and make sure it's good. We don't store your data on the cloud. We don't store your cases on the cloud. We have nothing that reacts that way because, as you're all aware, there are courtrooms in America that you just don't have any internet access. And for us to be cloud-based would hurt the user more than help. Lastly, what about training? You can go to our website, oncuetech.com. Look under resources and you'll see a training area there. We offer a fundamentals training. We offer an OnCue advanced certified training that will get you into all of the deep things that OnCue does. And you also take a look here, get a little bit of swag. So pretty cool. Check that out all on our website. So from everybody at OnCue, thank you for using OnCue. Further questions that you have, email support at onqtech.com. My name is Rob Helt. Thank you all for being here. Any more questions, feel free to email us.